Good day to my gentle viewing audience. It's your man Shane Black, and I'm coming back, and this time I'm on the counter-attack, as the attack already began. The attack began when, in response to the horrific death of George Floyd, a small minority, a small group of individuals started screaming at the top of their lungs, defund the police, ban the police, like some stupid hoe said in Philadelphia. We don't want no more police. That's what your mouth says now, while there are still police to protect your right to free speech. But if there was no more police, and I decided I want to whoop your ass and take your money, who the fuck you gonna call? You gonna call your mommy, your daddy? What they gonna do? What about if I decided, well shit, you have some shit in your house that I like, so I'm gonna wait till you leave and I'm gonna take it and that shit's gonna be mine. You get home, find all your shit gone, who you gonna call? Ghostbusters? Cause ain't no more police. You call your mom, your dad, your uncle, your aunt. What the fuck do you expect them to do? Do you think they have a fingerprint kit? And they gonna get some fingerprints? And I guess you figure you're so stupid, you figure they can put my fingerprints up on Google and then that's gonna give you some results and then you'll be able to, oh well shit, Shane Black was the one that stole my shit. And even if you did get some damn results or figured out Shane Black stole your shit, what the fuck are you gonna do then? Cause Shane Black believes in the Second Amendment. You ain't stealing shit from my house without paying the price. You ain't gonna touch me without paying the price. I still believe in the police even though I have the ability to defend myself. You have people who do not have the ability to defend themselves, like that older woman in New York. She wanted her police back. Where are the police? She wasn't silent, but she is among the majority. And if we, as the silent majority, and I'm no longer silent because I'm telling you right now, back the blue or fuck you. I'm telling you, I'm backing the police. I'm backing Garrett Rolfe. I'm backing his partner, Brosnan. Because in my book, and in the book of law, he did nothing wrong. And I think I'm just going to make it a thing. You'll think I have some form of Tourette's. But I'm going to say it again. I'm sorry. I just needed my vitamins. My liquefied vitamins. Vitamin WHISKEY. That's going to be my mantra in this video. Back the blue or fuck you. See, I'm ambidextrous. I'm ambidextrous. Fuck you if you don't back the blue. That job is hard enough as it is. You have these men and women who go to work every day. They're scheduled to go to work. They don't work 7 days a week. And what do they see? They see society's rectum. Generally, they see the worst that society has to offer on a daily basis. Some days they do get to see an incident that, where they're saving someone's life. There's a woman that was down in Southern California during a protest. And however in the hell she was so negligent as to let her child put a coin in his mouth. And now he ain't breathing. And where'd you go? Did you go to her mama? Did you go to her aunt? No, she went to the police. If there was no more police, there'd be no more baby. She went to the police, and that police officer felt around in the baby's mouth. Okay, it's right there. Now, hit the shit out of that baby and knock that motherfucking coin loose. And now he is that child's godfather. The police. That was kind of like an isolated, well, the incident in and of itself in a normal officer's day is likely isolated because you're going and you have to give somebody a traffic ticket. Many, there are times when the person you're giving a ticket to isn't too happy about it and wants to be an asshole. Trying to get guns off the street, trying to get drugs off the street. You're in that gangland neighborhood. You think they're saying thank you, officer, when you put them in the car? No, they're getting called all kinds of bitches, bastards, and motherfucking cunts. Yet they still go out there the next day to do the same thing. And if you think about it, it's one thing for them to absorb abuse from a criminal. It's another thing for them to absorb abuse from that vocal minority without hearing praise from the silent majority. Once again, back to blue or fuck you. I told you, don't think I have Tourette's. And I'm going to tell you something right now. I'll tell you two things. In the event any of my viewing audience from Ashamed to Be Black channel, which was taken down by YouTube, come back. Yes, I did put up videos saying that certain police officers needed the fuck beat out of them. And that's because those officers did something wrong. Chauvin did something horribly wrong. However, Rolfe did not. Rayshard Brooks made a decision. He made a choice. He made several choices. Most of them were bad. Drinking and driving, bad. Being so drunk you fell asleep in the drive-thru, extremely bad. Fighting the police, beyond extremely bad. I don't know what the next one, very extremely bad. We'll put a very in front of it. Then stealing the taser, that's still very extremely bad. Then firing that taser at an officer while you were running away was horrifically bad. Real bad choice there, Rayshard. But these are choices that he made that increased the probability that his life would be forfeit. That's not the fault of the police. That's the fault of Rayshard Brooks. George Floyd is up here when it comes to bad police conduct. And Garrett Rolfe is down there. You can't even see my hand on the screen because it isn't. Garrett Rolfe was a consummate professional. Yet, that black piece of shit district attorney, hoping to take the spotlight off of him for allegedly taking money from a nonprofit to increase his salary, and for allegedly multiple sexual harassment claims against him. Well, no, that's not alleged. The claims are actually there. So multiple acts of sexual harassment. Take your old ass on. Don't nobody want your old wrinkly ass dick. But you still want to be sexually harassing folks. The fuck is wrong with you? June 2nd, he said a taser was a lethal weapon. But when Garrett Rolfe did what he needed to do, then your black ass want to say a taser is not a lethal weapon. All politicians are hypocrites. Democrats more so than Republicans. back to blue, or fuck you. Told you it's like I got Tourette's. And in conclusion, if you made it this far, I'm going to tell you something. See, that's why I saved it to the end. Yes, you have a black person supporting the police. That's the second thing I wanted to tell you, because there was a couple. Then I got sidetracked. My cousin was recently gunned down by law enforcement. Yet I'm sitting here today saying, back the blue, or fuck you. Like Rayshard Brooks, my cousin made a series of decisions. The decisions were bad. He threatened someone, they called him on it, so he shot them. Then, not wanting to go to jail, he made that quite clear. I'm not going to jail. So, when the police rolled up, he made a decision. I've never had Nutriloaf. That's apparently what they serve motherfuckers in prison. And I don't want to have Nutriloaf. In addition to that, if you are an older individual, like my cousin was, if you're an older individual, fuck, I'm just give you an age. Just say, well, hell, 40, if you 40. Or worse yet, if you 50. And then you got to go do a dime. Now, you had you a good job. You come out of prison, a felon. Now all of a sudden you got to work at the Walmart, the Piggly Wiggly, KFC. You was living the high life, and at 40 or 50, and then you come out telling you, well, at that point you'll be 50 or 60. How much time left in your life do you think you have left to build yourself back up? So, yes, I felt bad for my cousin. I felt bad. But it was a series of decisions, a series of choices that he made that put him in that position. But I feel worse for the law enforcement officer who ended his life. I don't know that individual, maybe a man, maybe a woman. The fact of the matter is this. They likely did not go to work looking to kill someone. Just like Garrett Rolfe likely did not go to work looking to kill someone. And he did. Just as the officer killed my cousin. And that's some shit they have to deal with. But what is super fucked up is that Garrett Rolfe has to deal with that shit behind bars. Now I heard they moved him. He was in jail and they moved him somewhere else. But if I can sit here and tell you should back the police after the police killed one of my relatives, and he was nice as a motherfucker, but he just let anger get to him that day. Like Popeye said, forget whatever the end of, I can't stand no more. I've had all I can stand, I can't stand no more. That's what Popeye said. My cousin had all he could stand, he couldn't stand no more. So he pulled that trigger. Now the person he shot lived. It wasn't life-threatening injuries. But I understand the point, I understand the argument, but I don't fault law enforcement. Rayshard Brooks' family should not fault law enforcement and accept the fact, as I have in my case, that your relative made the call the decisions and choices made by your relative increased the probability that lethal force will be used against your relative. So don't hop on that as a cause extraordinaire to increase the hatred of law enforcement. Now let's go ahead and let's start to get to the conclusion. There's some motherfuckers damn near 20 minutes long. Let me refreshify my electrolytes. Now I forgot what the fuck I was going to say. Unedited, unscripted, off the cuff. But I likely was going to conclude with this. Rules of engagement. ROE. They have it in the military. They have it with law enforcement. They have it with Star Trek Fleet Command, an app from Scopely that you can put on your phone and your tablet, so long as you don't mind a whole bunch of motherfucking glitches popping up. This is why individuals who are in combat zones hate that shit. Oh, here comes a little Muslim boy, and you know, he's got his garb on, Muslim garb, because I don't know what the fuck it's called, and I'm not trying to insult anybody. So dressed in that attire, and he's walking up, and I'm saying, stop, don't go beyond that line. But he keeps walking. Now I got to flip open the damn rules of engagement. I'm like, oh, okay, well shit, maybe he can't hear me, so I have to let him get closer. Then, stop, your ass can't come any closer. Stop, just motherfucker stop. But then he keeps walking. So now I'm like, okay, well shit. He should be within range to hear me because the book says 20 feet. But okay, well maybe he's deaf. So, but the sign is right there in what should be his native language. So, what the fuck? He walked right past the sign. Oh shit, maybe he's blind. So now I need to let him get within 2 feet of me, 1 foot of me, because maybe I should give him this braille sign that says do not come any further. And by the time he gets up there, your ass is dead because he pressed the button and them damn nails and ball bearings and other kinds of shrapnel just rips the fuck out of you. Yet, if I shoot your ass before you get close enough to do me or my comrades in arms harm, then next thing you know, I got to go to Fort Leavenworth or whatever the fuck it is, Leavenworth in Kansas City or whatever, but I'm behind fucking bars because I took action to save my life and the lives of my fellow soldiers. That's the same in law enforcement. Back to blue, or fuck you. Told you it's like Tourette's. How many individuals do you think will want to go into or maintain their careers in law enforcement if you want to micromanage their actions? That's right, I said it. I'm going to say this too. Back to blue or fuck you. Like I said, like Tourette's. Shit happens in microseconds, which is why that black ass piece of shit district attorney in Atlanta needs to go find him a babysitter to sexually harass and leave Garrett Rolfe alone. That bastard showed still images that were taken with body cams, videotape, and other shit. Well, no, because if you look at this still photo, you see the prongs had been ejected and were above his head, and at that point he should have known that he couldn't be shot again. How the fuck would he know this? In case you don't know, gentle viewer, you can tase someone without deploying the prongs. And it depends on the type of taser or whatever, because you have those tasers where if you have the two metal connectors and they are on your skin, and then you hit the shit and then bam, you're tased. You have other tasers where, as you saw with the prongs, and generally there are two discharges. I think Brosnan, if I remember his name correctly, he was tased. But how do we know prongs discharged or whatever? I don't know, you don't know, we don't know. But on the scene, because Brosnan had a concussion, if I remember his name correctly, but he was tased, hit the pavement, had a concussion. But I didn't hear anywhere in the video where he said, oh, I was tased. Oh, the prongs were deployed. Oh, there's only one more discharge in the fucking gun. I mean, taser. No. You didn't hear any of that. Back to blue. Fuck you. Or fuck you. Tourette's, bitch. Police officers, law enforcement officers on American soil cannot operate if you are going to try to play Monday morning quarterback. If you're going to take still images of shit that happened in 20 seconds, all this shit, well, fucking 10 seconds even. This is happening real time. It's happening real time. So you can't take a still picture and state, well, as you can see, this happened, and then he did this. How long did it take for each action to take place? Well, he turned around and shot the taser at 10.05 seconds, and Officer Rolfe dropped his taser and pulled his gun and shot him at 10.10 seconds. 5,000ths of a second. And I'm making up the numbers, but for the most part it's true. Fuck up, damn near 30 minutes. Close enough there, but look, this is really important. It is, so I'm just keep talking. The thing is this. I'm going to hydrate. Law enforcement officers make split-second decisions. You can't go back and question those decisions that were made in tenths or hundredths or even a couple of seconds. If that becomes the new norm, then no one will want to become a police officer. I damn sure wouldn't. The reason being that any hesitation may cost them their lives. I saw a video of some guy in New York. Police saw him with a gun, rolled up on him, saw him with a gun, pulled their guns, because they don't know whether he's going to shoot or not, but they're prepared to shoot. If he started to turn around with a gun in his hand, as a police officer, if you're thinking, well, wait, if the gun is not loaded and I shoot, I'm going to go to jail. If he is not, or if his gun is not aimed at my body and I shoot him, I am going to jail. If I don't give him enough time to drop the gun after he started to turn and pointed at me before shooting him, and then I kill him, I am going to jail. Who the fuck would want to work under those circumstances where you have to wait and put your life at even greater risk because the person who is in the midst of committing a crime, needs to be afforded any and all opportunities to put their lives at risk. Not the criminal, but the law enforcement officer. That they have to wait until they only have 0.001 seconds to save themselves and protect society. Who the fuck would want that job? Would you? Unless that's the way you want shit to be. Or you want a world where, hell shit, I'm close up to 30 minutes, I might as well keep going. If you make the job so difficult that people won't want to take it, intelligent people won't want to take it, law enforcement officers are not paid that much, which is why Chauvin was moonlighting as a security guard. Because once they cut that overtime, now you need you another job. Just like baseball players, football players back in the day. They play during the season and they be delivering milk and shit like that in off season. They are, if I forgot to say, back to blue or fuck you. Excuse me, like I say, like Tourette's. They have chosen to protect us. They have chosen to protect us at the risk of their own lives. But when you make shit so difficult for them to perform that task, where now you are increasing the likelihood that their lives will be put at risk, then that means that you're going to get fewer quality individuals who will be willing to do that shit. Like, well, fuck it, I'll go work for the Secret Service or something. And the ones that you have left are going to be your officer Chauvins. They're going to be the dregs of society. They're going to be the motherfuckers who couldn't get in to the FBI. Which, the rank and file likely is quality, but management sucks. Or they couldn't get into the Secret Service. They could be security guards, but shit, being a law enforcement officer pays more. So, what you're going to do by demoralizing law enforcement, police, sheriff, state patrol, highway patrol, by making them feel like shit, and by you, the silent majority, remaining silent, you fucking bitches, you're going to make them feel like, well, fuck. People don't care about me. They don't care. I'm getting the cat out of the tree. I'm saving their child. I'm retrieving their property. You know, that the man may have raped her, but I caught him. So that at least she can feel better about it. Or he can feel better about it. I really don't know how the fuck you can rape a man, but still and all. The silent majority remains silent, so I don't know how you feel. Because I'm not hearing you. I'm not. What I'm hearing are these loud ass bitches. There's a small number of bitches, but they're loud. And I'm hearing them tell me to go fuck myself. And one day, probably one day soon, they'll let you know you can go fuck yourself too. Once again, back the blue. Or